Good morning, class. Today we're going to cover part 1. I'm going to get the grades in for the test today at the end of the day, so you can look out for those. If you have any questions on your grade after you see it on Rimweb, let me know. Two of you got extra credit last week. I'll put that in. I'll try to make sure that there's more extra credit opportunities that challenge you and give you opportunity to keep improving. So what we're doing today is we're going over quadratics. So this chapter 2, is actually going to be primarily about polynomials. And really in this idea of covering polynomials and rational functions, it is reviewing these things. And when it says review, it means it's going to push you mathematically further than you were before. So if you're like, well, I know quadratics, well, it's gonna challenge you with that idea. So these definitions that I put on the first page of the notes are crucial. The polynomial functions are standard form, quadratic function. All those will be part and parcel to what we will learn this semester. Okay, so today we're only covering 2.1. So polynomial functions, I'm actually going to fill this in. So I'm actually going to fill in the definitions first, and then we're going to go over questions, okay? So if you have questions over why didn't we go over examples first in the book, just don't worry about it. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Let n be any non-negative. Now, when we say non-negative, that means 0 and above. Non-negative integer, okay? It's not it doesn't mean it's positive. It means it's non-negative. This is a double n, sorry. And let a sub n is 1, and so on to a0 be real numbers with a crucial thing. A sub n cannot, what is it? Nope, wrong version. Do this. Yeah. Equal 0. Okay, it can't equal 0, because if it equals 0, if a sub n equals 0, the whole thing. Function is given by, okay, this is our polynomial. So it is in the book, if you want to write it. So fx equals a sub n x to the n. And these are going to kind of follow the same pattern. A sub n minus 1. X to the, you guessed it, n minus 1. So the sub, the letter a sub something, is always going to go with the power the same thing. And dot dot dot. This just means there's numbers in between. A sub 2, and then this is going to be x to the 2, and plus a sub 1. X, obviously, to the 1. And then finally, a sub 0. Sorry about the background noise. The wind is blowing, and I have no control over that. So you're just going to have to deal with it. Now, crucial points. Those of you who are listening, this is our leading coefficient. Right here. I'm going to bold it. Bold. Leading coefficient. This right here is our, that n right there is our, the leading coefficient, but it is the degree of our polynomial, okay? So n is the degree of our polynomial, an is the leading coefficient. Now this is called a polynomial function of x with degree n. Okay, so it has its polynomial function of x with degree n. So the degree is what we see at the beginning. Okay, now let's go to quadratic. So let letters a, b, and sorry, that was the wrong control. Sorry, and C, be real numbers with, again, the this usually goes first. Well, a cannot equal 0. Okay? The function given by the equation f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, you guys have seen this before, is called the quadratic. It's called the quadratic function. Okay? This is called the quadratic function. This is a polynomial function. Let's create a space here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is our polynomial up here. This is our quadratic right here. Okay, let's move on. A parabola is essentially just the quadratic. It's just a graph. A graph of a quadratic function, or rather U shape. Okay. Okay. Axis of symmetry is crucial. It is the line of symmetry for a you can also think of this as x equals negative b over 2a. Okay, or we'll stop there because there's one. Okay, a vertex is the point of intersection of the quadratic and the axis of symmetry. It is also the point negative b over 2a, comma, f of negative b over 2a. Okay. Okay, so that's our point right there. There will be other ways of defining this, but it's okay. Okay, so standard form section on page 129. I'll just go through this quickly. Quadratic function given by this equation. So this is the equation you've got to be familiar with. We haven't done this that often in math. So it's a x minus h squared plus k. Okay, now crucial points. A is going to give you, it's going to give you different things. So this is in standard points. It's going to be in standard form. Okay. The graph of f, is a parabola whose axis is the vertical line x equals h, and whose vertex is the point h comma k. Okay? If a is greater than 0, doesn't matter how many zeros that is. If a is greater than 0, the parabola opens upwards. And if a is less than 0, the parabola opens downwards. Okay, we'll cover more of this idea in the next video, but these are our key definitions, okay? So make sure if you don't get them the first time, pause the video so you can read it. I'll just give you a few seconds here so you can pause it read through, make sure you know, make sure you get key definitions. Okay? Okay, thank you. We'll start with the next video here shortly.